Thomas, have you ever eaten Emily's cooking?
What?
Hey, what exactly are you asking?
I was just wondering what you thought of her cooking, that's all. You know, perhaps an unbiased opinion of one who is himself a fantastic chef. So how about it? Have you eaten her cooking?
I have. Just once.
And how was it?
Well, that's not an easy question.
Honesty is the best policy.
How can I say this?
Cut it out, Agent York.
He's pleading the fifth. He has the right to remain silent. Don't try and force him to say something. He has the right to an attorney.
George, and what are you trying to say?
Anything I say may be used in a court of law. Let's just let the topic of Emily's cooking go, okay?
I can't do that, George. I want to know. I guess it's just my curiosity. So tell me, Thomas.
Well, for lack of a better word, let's just say it's Amazon-style cooking.
Ah, that was well said. I'm impressed.
Oh, you were lacking words, were you? Let's get back to work.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, I'll go and smoke, and then I realised, oh, hang on, I've still got an hour for lunch. I wonder if, because I've moved on the story a little bit, I might get a new kitchen lunch scene, and I was right, I did. Do I need a shave? No, I'm alright. I got a bit of stubble, but that's all in a day's work for Francis York Morgan. I can shave when I'm back at the hotel. And I put on my pink cherry blossom suit that I picked up, which I absolutely am going to do. Alright, so as I said before, I'm going to go to smoke. I might as well just smoke here. I don't need to go over to the diner to smoke. So I've got between 9 and 10. So if I smoke now until 9... Oh, I need to buy some more. I'm down to 5. And these are an important item. So... And this would be good, because, because I've just eaten lunch. I shouldn't be as hungry when I come out of smoking. Which is the big problem I've got. What I should really do is, because I think I'm on episode 9 now, and I think the side quests get locked out for a little bit. Not a huge amount of time, but just enough that I can't do them for a chapter or 2, maybe, or maybe just be 1 chapter. So I should really try and get the side quests done now, but... Like I said, if it's raining... No. What are my stats looking like? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, fortunately, I bought a turkey sandwich for just such an occasion. Look at that. And I think I got some black coffee. There we go. And that's why you buy that stuff. Alright, I get it, it's 9 o'clock. You don't have to keep ringing. And it's done. I did park my car over here, which is why I ran over. Sup, Kason? Sup, Nick? So we're just going home because it's 9 o'clock. And Nick's just like, why is Francis York Morgan going into the back of my, like, right in front of me as well? Oh, Nick, that's well, you've created a problem there, haven't you? I don't remember this from the original. I don't remember the character. The characters generally had a good enough sense to be able to reverse and not just drive into a wall. I mean, Emily just drove straight through the restaurant before. Kason's confused. He's not even sure what he's doing. Nick, you're... Oh, hang on. I need to just get... There we go, and then... I'm in. I did it! Flawless! Oh. How'd you get past Nick?
Well then, Olivia, talk to me.
Yes. In the beginning, Nick only went to the gallery during the day. But he went so often, at some point he became friendly with Diane.
I love if it just cuts to an angle and
They
Nick's still in his
started
car.
going
Oh,
out
he's
drinking
gone.
And now he doesn't come home until early morning. He always says that they were only drinking when I ask. He blames me for not being able to talk about Turner and Rembrandt. Which of course I can't, can I? So what can I say? Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. So I followed him. He did go to the bar, to start with. Diane was there too. But the real problem is where they go to next, right? So I waited outside the bar to see where they might go. And they eventually left the bar and headed for the art gallery. But it was already early morning, but it was still dark. Just before going inside, Diane turned around. It should have been too dark to see me, but I swear, her eyes looked right at me. They seemed to flash for a moment. I was so rattled that I left and went home. The next day, Anna was found dead. I didn't know what to do. I went to the gallery to talk with Diane about it, to confront her. But once I was there, I couldn't find the courage to go through with it. Then I saw you there, and I just felt I had to go home. Nick has been seeing Diane every night recently. He just left for tonight, too. I really don't know what to do.
York, we ought to take Nick in for questioning.
No, not yet. This alone isn't enough.
Emily, answer me.
This is Emily. Agent York is with me, too.
I've just received word from Thomas at the Sheriff's Department. Something has happened at Becky's house. It was called in by Quint, but he wasn't making any sense. We have no further details. I've sent Thomas over there. Can you go back him up?
Yes, sir.
One other thing. It sounded like he said, Raincoat Killer. This may well be related to the murder case. Take all due precautions.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no! What can I do? Nick!
Olivia, calm down.
Emily, take care of Olivia. I'm heading over to Becky's.
She lives in the big house over by the lake. Hurry.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times, Emily. So yeah.
Serious. Damn it, Zach. We may have screwed up during the investigation.
I don't see how we could have screwed up during the investigation. Also, I like how... So loud. I like how, Emily's, it is a radio. Well, I was going to say it's a radio, but I suppose walkie-talkie would be correct too.
We better hurry, Zach. I have a bad feeling about this. Becky's house is by the lake.
Okay, I know pretty much how to get to Becky's. Yeah, so we're on episode 10 now, so I can't actually do anything. I'm locked out from side quests for a little bit. I like how Emily's walkie-talkie, just make sure I'm on the right road, sounds like a phone when she gets rung up. Right, so if I follow this over until I get to the Swery 65, then I can cut through. Not there. That takes me to the museum. I can cut through here, and that'll take me to Becky's. This was the route I was taking when I was... This is what I mean when I say once you sort of start doing some quests and start doing missions and stuff, you kind of learn your way around town. Oh, I could actually go this way. That's probably a little bit quicker, actually. Let's do that. So I need to go right here, and then left to the next thing. So yeah, we're locked in. We're in chapter 9's over now, so my chance to go and do some side quests was... well, the two night side quests, which is turning the flower over to George and getting Emily's cooking, were just then. I should have done it before I went to the diner, because I could... As far as I know, that diner mission... Generally anything where it's like... You've got a time limit of... such and such a time, you can go and do it whenever. There are some instances where you can't, like now. I don't think York would actually let me get out of the car. Just check. Yeah, so the option to get out of the car is greyed out, so... Anything that's actually time sensitive is time sensitive, but anything where it's just a case that you need to be somewhere at a certain time on any day, then... Okay, I don't know why you did that. I really need... So I've got... The problem is he gives... Lysander gives you the speed upgrade before he gives you the handling upgrade. So you have to go for a little while driving the cop car like this. God damn it, it's so bad. It's so awful. The driving in this... I mean... Yeah, there's got to be driving in Deadly Premonition too. There's got to be. I was mostly reluctant to cut this out because I thought York might start talking, since this is a compulsory driving scene, but he's decided he's not going to. So you get to watch my terrible drive. This is the real reason I cut out most of the driving sections, so that you can't see my terrible driving. Okay, I'm gonna not use the siren because this isn't actually making me go any faster because I'm constantly veering all over the road. Jesus. Yeah, the DP2's got to have driving scenes, and it's done by a different developer, so they should hopefully be better. It also has skateboarding, so I mean, why would I need a car when I can use a skateboard? What's up? I'm here.
Oh, Becky. Sorry. That's all he would say since I got here.
Quint, tell me, what did you see in there?
Damn.
Did you see the raincoat killer?
Damn.
Thomas, did you see Nick here?
Oh, Becky. No. When I got here, he was already like this.
Oh, we should be here soon. Call George and tell him to get over here. And wait out here. I'm going inside. Once they both get here, follow George's orders, okay?
Yeah. But Agent York, isn't it dangerous to go in there alone?
Don't worry. Zach is with me.
Zach, let me smoke one first.
No sense of urgency.
I need to clear my head so I can take everything in.
So I think there's a profiling section. Or not? Nope, he just wanted to smoke. This shit again.
Zach, they're here too. I had a nasty feeling about this. Let's hope it's not a big welcoming party.
Alright, I don't think, just by virtue of this one's not actually very long, that this one, that Becky's house isn't very big, that this section is actually that long. I don't think I got that one right! Naughty, naughty. Bye, Raincoat Killer. Huzzah. I'm starting to remember the buttons a little bit. Oh, it's so bad. Like, I haven't played my Xbox One for a little while, and I went to play it yesterday because Man-Eater came out, the game where you play as a shark. And I like, the Xbox is supposed to be my go-to controller, but I've been playing so much Animal Crossing and this, and then the only other thing I've been playing is like Borderlands 3 on PlayStation, and so I kept having to look at the controller to remember where A was. It's like, oh, this is a bad sign. It's been so long since I've had to actually play this console. I've just completely forgotten how to do it. Right. I've been meaning to get rid of all this crap I got in my inventory. Because I don't need... Yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. Oh, my toolbox is full. I don't need those anymore. I don't really need the shotgun shells, but they will eventually give me a shotgun, so... Okay. Throw that away. I can't throw away my, spare bullets, which is a shame. I can probably sell them at some point.
Zach, that's a strange coincidence. Look. Red velvet. Just like the place where Anna was murdered.
Profiling starts. Like, I feel like even without the clues, that's enough information to go, well, Becky's probably dead.
Too much noise. We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
Don't worry, I'm not even going over. There's no red blinkies, so... let's save in case Raincoat pops out and murders me to death, like he's wont to do. Ooh. Cherry pie. Doesn't that look delicious? I could change my suit. They do have a couple of new ones. Is the cherry blossom suit an appropriate suit to wear for this? How long have I been wearing the Hawaiian blue? Hospital, yeah, I've been wearing the Hawaiian blue for a while. Let's change to my cherry blossom. And then we'll, it's looking a bit dirty. We'll send this one off to cleaning. $8, ooh. Can I afford that? Oh, I was going to say I thought I'd put the wrong clothes on, it's just dark. How's my sleep looking? I think I'm okay because of all the coffee. Yeah, I don't need to have a kip. Again, just no sense of urgency from York. It's just like, no, I can have a sleep, change my clothes. send my dry cleaning off. Thomas, I know I said don't come out until George gets here, but could you send it? Be a dear. Alright, let's see how good the Magnum is. Yeah. That works, doesn't it? Okay. Locked. I actually forgot that this section, because Becky... I thought this section was quite small, but then Becky does live in a mansion, so I suppose it makes sense that... Oh, I need... Is that actual things, or is this just background creepiness? I think it's just background creepiness. Or are you guys out here? Guys? Oh, there you are. Yep, see, the Magnum is a problem solver. It's almost wonder why I bothered to go get the submachine gun. But the submachine gun has its place. This only has 4 bullets. Although it takes half a second to reload, so... And it shoots through their block. So again, yeah, there's not... Like I said, it's a problem solver. Let's just get through this. It's such a shame because these are the worst parts of this game, and it's just like they felt like they had to put them in. It's like multiplayer in. So there was a game. It's like there was a game called... what was it called now? Get off. Oh, I'm on the floor. Tap to get back up. What was it called? It was a retelling of Heart of Darkness. And it was called... Something the Line. Broccoli? Oh, I can't take any broccoli. I'll put it in my toolbox. Yeah! Broccoli recovers no health. No, it covers no hunger, I was going to say, really. It's kind of... It's basically like... I mean, it's not quite as bad as celery, but... There's a reason 50... I'd say 80% of the time people eat broccoli. They douse it in cheese sauce. You know. If the most common way of serving a particular vegetable or anything is to completely submerge it in a more delicious sauce with a stronger taste in order to completely drown out the taste and flavour of the thing you're covering it in, maybe just have the cheese sauce. Maybe just try something. Just have something else. You know, asparagus is nice. I like asparagus. I like how York goes into this weird kind of Matrix slowdown. He doesn't do that outside of... I know he does. It's just because you can't see his legs most of the time. It's like if you just stop mid-walk cycle, he just kind of slowly crawls to a halt. Anyway, what was I saying about broccoli? I was finished saying what I was saying about broccoli. What was I saying before broccoli? Yeah, Spec Ops: The Line. Great game. I highly recommend it if you can pick it up on the cheap. The game it's similar to this sort of thing where the game itself the game's better than this. The actual gameplay is better than this, but the game itself isn't actually super great. But the story more than makes up for it. but they kind of had to feel the need, because it was a first-person shooter. Was it a first-person shooter? Or it might be a third-person shooter. They sort of felt like they had to tack on multiplayer. And what that did is it meant the budget of the game went right up. No one played the multiplayer. The multiplayer is, like I said, the gameplay in that game wasn't bad, it just wasn't as good as this. But no one played the multiplayer, and it just upped the budget of the game. And then, of course, it failed commercially because they spent so much money on the multiplayer. It's completely unnecessary. The gameplay in this, these shooting sections, are basically like the multiplayer sections of Spec Ops: The Lines. They're not necessary. It would have been fine just to wander around and search for clues. Like, I would have rather this section been sort of padded out a bit more, where you have to actually, like, try and figure out which clues are relevant and which ones aren't, and then actually try and piece together the sequence of events, rather than just this, where, like, later... Oh, hang on.
Yes.
Later iterations of the game realised, oh, do you know what, this isn't actually very good. Is that it? The music's still ramped up, so I'm guessing there's more stuff to kill. Oh, there you are. The gameplay that was so bad that the later iterations of the game have gone out of their ways in order to try and make it less of a chore. By just removing all difficulty levels, turning the game to easy, trying to increase the gun controls, giving you unlimited... Well, I mean, the unlimited weapons were in the original game, and they were easy enough to get if you knew how to get them. As you've seen, I've got them very, very... Like, I've only done, like, 3 dungeons, if you can call them these that. And I've already got 4 ultimate weapons. So, don't like the look of this. There's no way to open this one. It's a music box with some red seeds. Oh, no, okay. It's just the red seeds he's interested in, not the music box. No. No. Oh? Oh, well, thank you kindly, zombie. I mean, that said, they do need to have put in the zombies, because there is a reason for this. And they do explain. I've said before from the start, I know a lot of this just seems like random bullshit. And some of it is. Like the stuff with just the like little quirky... Can I not move past? There we go. The sort of quirky character stuff is mostly random. Some of it, like I said, with like roaming Sigourney as a Twin Peaks reference. Apparently, I haven't seen Twin Peaks. Oh, hey, I finished that section. Nice. Now we do the other side of the house. Sup, Ring? Oh, you escaped me. As like a true FBI agent, shoot first, ask questions later. Oh, that's how I get back through once I've done this section. Ooh. Can I get over there? I want all those agent honors. Oh. But yeah, I know a lot of this stuff does just seem... Okay, with the prompt a second ago. Oh, it's the attack prompt for me having my wrench out. It does just seem like random, and but I promise you, the majority, like playing, knowing this plot and then replaying this, is actually quite interesting.
See you.
I see you too, Raincoat Killer. Oh, okay. I wanted the right one, but we'll hide in this one, that's fine. So there's another exciting breath-holding section, I believe. I can't leave now. I can't leave now. Yeah, I promise it is interesting to see how all of the all of the foreshadowing And it just seems like nonsense, but it is actually foreshadowing. So yeah, all of this is everything is explained pretty much. The only stuff that isn't explained is the stuff that isn't that important. And there are a couple of bits that aren't explained that are like a couple of unimportant things, or at least there's a couple of things that are like, oh, think about this afterwards. But we'll talk about that during the credits, I guess, because there's not really an appropriate time to talk about it otherwise. I pressed the right button this time because I remembered which button it was to sneak. So this is a funny thing, by the way. I had this happen to me with the Resident Evil 3 Let's Play. So I generally, when I do a full play, I try and mix the thumbnails up so that it shows off the different characters, and so there's a sort of mix of characters in the thumbnails, and you just to keep them fresh. But also I do try and make the scenes, where possible, because sometimes it's just you don't get a decent scene from a particular part in the plot, I try and make the scenes relevant to specific parts of the game, so that from a glance you can kind of figure out which part of the story that episode covers. Exciting. It always upsets me after those sections that his axe isn't embedded in the locker and you can't take the axe for yourself.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
He's just like, that was dumb! Screw that. Which door did he go through? Which door did I come through? Oh, this is the Agent Honor room. Yeah, secrets, kind of. Alright, that's painted on. Let's follow him then. I forgot what I was going to say because I got distracted by doorways. This happens. Oh yeah. So thumbnails. So like it's happened to me in the Resident Evil thumbnail. And I started off doing thumbnails of like, I had like Carlos and Nikolai, and I had a really cool shot with Nemesis on fire. And then I was editing it, I then realised, oh, do you know what? There's some really good shots of Jill just getting the shit kicked out of her. Like, and it happens so. There we go. It happens so much across the course of the game that I'm just gonna make it so that all the thumbnails are Jill in various.
Great.
Fantastic. Just Jill in various moments of peril. Similarly, I started making thumbnails, because I've already started editing the earlier recordings for this, because I am trying and get as much of this game done before I actually put it out. Oh, hey! Right, we've got another one of these quick time events, I think. Oh, no, it's a run event. Where are we going? It's like Sonic Adventure. Oh, it's alright. I was thinking about Sonic. You know how I am when I think about Sonic, I get distracted. How did he get there? Where did he go? What a wizard. Oh, thank God there wasn't a button I had to press there. He's going to throw... Oh, no, he's not. I thought I was going to have to dramatically dodge an axe throw. I like that York's default response to the Raincoat Killer is just, just run away from him. Not, I might try shooting him. Oh, yeah, root beer. That keeps me awake, I think. So yeah, I started doing the thumbnails. I have started doing the thumbnails for this already, and again, I sort of started. I had a cool shot of the Raincoat Killer from the sawmill, and I had some other shots of some other characters. And then I sort of started realising that over half the thumbnails I had were just of York yucking it up. Mostly yucking it up whilst Emily and George are in the background sort of glaring at him disapprovingly. And I thought, oh, screw it. I'm just going to try and see if I can just make every single thumbnail York doing something dumb. So, if you got to this point, you probably will have seen how successful I've been on that. But I just love him. He's got the best facial expressions out of anyone in this game. The Raincoat Killer came in. She was asleep. Oh, then he took his raincoat off to expose his upside-down peace mark.
I swear, I won't tell anyone about Anna. Stop! Please.
So I like that York hasn't found a body. He's just found, like, it's not like he's found a body and then gone, I need to figure out how this body was made. He hasn't found Becky. It is just, he's found some clues and he's gone, well, she's probably dead. Oh my god, it's the golf club killer! I love that the golf club just pokes out through the door first. So menacing. Well, the golf club killer has been vanquished. If only I'd taken that approach with the Raincoat Killer, we might have solved this case already. Just, I'm going to come out with you with an axe. I've got a Magnum. Oh! Well, Magnum beats axe, doesn't it? And I'm back in.
It's bad. Very bad, Zach. The Raincoat Killer gave Becky a visit. Hold on. Can you hear that? Is it rain? It's the shower. Zach, the bathroom, quick!
Okay, so I mean, if you'd seen this, I could understand. She's definitely been attacked. Yeah, I mean that's more blood than is in a person, I think. Ooh, a stabilizer. I can go and save. So quick. No, that's all right. I've already taken my sweet time here. Let's just. Oh, it's a cigarette. Excellent. I was just saying how early I was running low on these. Fantastic. FBI privilege. We get to take stuff from the crime scene that I need. Yeah, I mean, I can understand if he saw this when he came in, he might think, okay, yeah, she's probably dead. But then obviously you would have seen the trail of blood leading to the bathroom door. Well, now this is heavens. Yeah, that's it, York. Turn off the shower. Rub away that fingerprint evidence that might be on there. Oh no, it's fine. His deadly premonition showed the guy wearing gloves, so.
Zach, she's still alive. Who did this? Who was it, Becky?
Becky! What happened here?
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
We don't have time! She's dying! Thomas, cut that wire. No! We must get her to the hospital immediately. Listen. What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
No, don't! George, stop!
I feel like there's more than enough time to York to physically stop George here, but... Oh, good fucking work, George. Oh, she's still alive.
Huh? You got us good this time, Zach.
Like a Becky, like, long after they cut the cord, she was still quite alive, and they just went, "Oh no, she's definitely dead. We can't stop this." It's been like 45 seconds. I feel like you could probably you've got bolt cutters. Why not? So pliers even, I suppose. Why not cut some of the other cords strangling her? And York's just like, nope. Best light up my cigarette and have some sort of weird. Oh, she's behind a sheet. I was wondering why she'd gone all weirdly coloured. She must have been terrified of horrendous deer. We were too late to save her. I don't think that's true. I don't know. I think you could have tried harder. Key for the safe. Observe. There's a wooden key holder, and I think I saw a similar pattern in her room. Dun-dun. The key to the safe. What's up, George? Quite a serious character, though. It likes to show off. Okay, I thought maybe it might say something specific to the situation, but... What the hell? Even Becky has been killed. Okay. Okay, I like that. Just almost threw up in there earlier. We don't want to look inside, do we, Zach? I mean, you've got the option to open it, but I just then can't do anything with it afterwards. It's a ghost toilet. Look, the toilet's not there in the reflection. That is a weird... What? The toilet holder's not there either. That is a weird omission. Like, I understand how these mirrored sections work. If you don't know how these work, basically they have to build... On the other side of the mirror is a reverse of this room and character models. And so there's like a character model that will follow York around no matter what he does. It just seems weird to me that they forgot to put the toilet in. Anyway. Let's walk out here. Again, I just feel like there's lots more we could have done here than what we did. But, you know, hey, Becky's dead. Which is why we needed to do a side quest when we did. So, otherwise, it's difficult to do a side quest with a dead person. Not impossible, because, you know, York does still sort of see random dead people running around in his brain. Not in his brain, but he's just like, you know, crazy head. Why'd you draw a picture of a dick on some evidence? This isn't the time or the
My
place.
dear sister, I'm so sorry. I was a fool to fall for a man like him. I don't have the words to apologize to Anna.
I left her there. She was suffering so much, and I just ran away.
I know he wanted to kill me too, but I'm not going to let him get away with this. I followed him after he was finished. He carried Anna into the woods. Anna was holding on to that precious locket of his. He couldn't remove it from her hand, even though she was dead. But she let go of it for me, though. It was like she gave it to me. So I brought it home. I might be able to bring Anna's killer down with it. I want you to see it. I know even he wouldn't dare to harm you. He'll catch me, though, if I go into town. I'm trapped in my house. So I've asked Isaac and Isaiah to deliver it. They totally believe that Anna became a goddess. I believe so, too. She looked so beautiful, as though she might smile back at any moment. I have something else to confess to you. I borrowed a pair of your shoes without asking and broke the heel on one of them. I'll send them along with the locket. I'm sure the shoe can be fixed.
So Becky is Miss Stiletto Heel. And she gave the locket to the twins. Must be the special secret Lily told us about, Zach. We better go and see her first thing tomorrow. Emily, who might this sister be that Becky was referring to here?
That would be Diane. Didn't you know Diane and Becca were sisters?
I should have known, Zach. We're all family here.
See, he just makes the best. He just shoots this. Well, he didn't spike the camera specifically there, but he just makes the best facial expressions compared to anyone else. Emily makes some good ones, and George, where they sort of yucking it up, but still. Sacrifice cleared. I thought they were going to be nice to me and teleport me to just teleport me to Isaac and Isaiah and have the cutscene where I speak to them, but I guess no. I guess I'll have to do that in the morning. I think I should be back at the hotel though. Go on then. We haven't had one of these for a while.
During the investigation.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen.
Thomas, did you see Nick here?
No. When I got here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
No! It couldn't be! Nick!
I like that it does the last time thing, and it's been a while since it did one of these.
Zach.
But all of the stuff was from like the last 10 minutes, and not from any of the rest of the episode.
Oh, I can't believe it, man. Now that's heavy.
Me neither.
When did Becky stop coming to work?
I think it was like from the day Anna was killed, man. Yeah, that's right. She was totally depressed about something.
Quint called for her to let us know she wasn't coming in for work. She must have been totally in shock, the poor thing.
So you took the twins along to cheer her up.
That's right, hon. If only I knew it would be like this, I'd have spent more time talking to her.
You told me about a special secret between your children and Becky.
Yes, of course. What about it?
It seems Becky handed them an item before she was killed. Any idea what that might be?
Now that you mention it, They had a box about this size, which they said was very important.
Oh!
That's it. I'd like to talk to them about this in person. Where are the boys now?
They went out, actually, with Mr. Kaysen. They mentioned going to the community center today, hon. There is plenty of space to run around over there.
Kaysen? Do you know him well?
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He always brings us gifts from his road trips. The kids love him, so we let him take them out every once in a while. You know, for a little quality time with the missus.
Okay, I understand. But the situation calls for urgency. I'll go and look for them myself. And if they come home without running into me, could you let us know?
Sure, of course. I'll contact the department.
I want some quality time with my missus, so I let the strange roaming fat man take the children out with his dog and in his weird dog van thing that he has. It's totally okay, yeah. They won't get kidnapped. It's like, okay, you say so. Sup,
Isaac
Emily?
and Isaiah aren't here. They're apparently out with Kaysen. Let's go look for them.
With Kaysen? Sounds like a long story. Any ideas where to start looking?
Lily told me where they went. No problem.
Alright, so I could go and do... Oh, actually, I say that. Oh no, that's Carol, not, Do you want to go back in there? Was there something you've got to do? No, it's nothing. No, okay. Just so we don't miss out on driving over there with Emily. I think I can come here afterwards. I think I'm on chapter 11 now.
And today, we're stuck here having to search for lost children.
They're not
No, we're not
lost.
lost.
We're the ones who are
Yeah.
lost.
And so we are, Emily. Zach, we may as well have fun if we're getting lost.
You sure know how to take your time in a time like this.
It's true. It's like, we need to go talk to they might have an important piece of evidence on there. Stop talking to your imaginary friend, you weirdo. Go on, talk. It's the only reason I brought you along is so we could have a unique conversation. Come on, give me the prompt. Do it.
I can't
There it
believe
is.
2 people have been murdered in our town. And now 2 young children are at the center of it all. I just can't come to grips with it yet.
Crime will happen wherever there are people. And that's why we have our jobs.
Might be easier for you because you don't live here. These were people that I knew that were killed. And the murderer might be someone who lives here in this town. It's really depressing.
I know. But someone has to bring this murder to justice.
You're right, I know. But, oh, Agent York, sometimes I just think I'm not really cut out to be a cop.
Not true, Emily. You have the potential to be a superb law enforcer. You can be emotional at times, but you also possess what's most important.
I do? What do you mean?
What do you think? A sense of justice.
Justice? I must admit, I'm surprised to hear such a... How should I say this? Such an obvious answer. I thought you'd say something else.
Obvious or not, I joined the FBI in order to do what's right. And that's what's important.
I understand, but still, you seem... I'm sorry. I need some time to think.
Whatever do you want to think about?
Justice. I want to think about justice.
Zach, she's quite the philosopher, isn't she? Then again, death makes everyone a philosopher.
I like to sit around and think about justice as well. You know, it's just part of being a hero. I crashed into a tree. I was doing all right until then. I had a bit of a swerve trying to overtake some cars, but I hadn't like properly flipped the car or anything yet. So.
According to Lily, Isaac and Isaiah should be here.
Then let's go and find them.
There they are. It's like, yeah, I know, they're right there. Why did you stop and say... I mean, We can
Hello
see
again,
them.
Isaac and Isaiah. I hear you're teaching Willie to do tricks. What's your secret?
It's easy.
Really simple.
If he does it right, we give him a treat.
A cookie if he does it right.
I see. You're very clever. So, tell me, you two. Could you perhaps tell me your other special secret with Becky?
No, we can't. It won't be a secret if we tell.
I'm not telling. We promised Becky.
Well, that's a problem. Because I also made a promise to Becky. I promised to catch the bad man word. But I can't keep my promise if I don't know what the secret is. Do you see?
This might be a bit over their 10-year-old heads.
She told us to give Diane a box. It wasn't that heavy.
We took it to the art gallery and gave it to Diane.
Is that all Becky gave you?
Just when we were leaving to take the box to Diane, Becky called us back. She handed us something. It was small and round. She told us to keep it safe in our pocket and give it to Diane.
And then you met Carol on your way?
Yep, I took the round thing out of my pocket and we looked at it.
And then she talked to us.
We told her that we were on an errand for Becky. She said she'd do it for us.
But we told her no, because Becky asked us, not her. We promised Becky to do it ourselves.
So Becky did entrust the locket to them. And now Carol has it. Right, Kaysen?
Huh?
You were in the room when Carol took the locket back from Diane. I saw you with Diane in the art gallery that day.
Well, yeah, I was there in the room, but I was only chatting with Diane. Oh, then Carol burst in, all angry looking. While Carol and Diane had their talk, I just sat there like a frog. Yeah, so Carol took the locket from Diane, but that has nothing to do with me, right?
Yes, I believe so. But from this instant, you are now a key witness in this case. I'm afraid you can't leave town until you hear from me.
What? Can you do that? This is all starting to sound a little like Alice in Wonderland.
Which makes you Humpty Dumpty.
Huh?
Isaac and Isaiah, thank you. I think I'll be able to keep my promise with Becky thanks to you two.
How is Becky?
Is she getting better?
She'll come and help out at our store again, won't she?
She'll come and play with us again, won't she?
Boys, about Becky.
That's right. Becky is almost totally better now. But I don't think she'll be able to come and see you. I was told by Becky to keep this a secret. But she's actually a goddess of the forest, just like Anna. I think she's gonna be in the forest with Anna for a while.
Cool. We'll keep this a secret then, too.
Wow, that's why Anna and Becky are such good friends.
Okay, Willie.
You're happy too, aren't you?
Zach, I hope Emily doesn't end up as a forest goddess, too.
I don't know what was happening to Willie at the end there. It looked like he was. I think Willie crashed. He was having some sort of processing error.
Let's go over what we found out recently about the case.
First, Diane, the owner of the art gallery. She was out drinking with Nick Cormack in a bar on the night Anna died.
Question and
Nick
answer time.
confirmed this, and so she has an alibi. But then we have what Nick's wife Olivia told us.
According to Olivia, Nick and Diane not only went to the bar, but also went somewhere else that night. Do you remember where that was, Zach?
It was the clock. No, it's the art gallery.
That's right, the art gallery. Before entering the gallery, Diane looked back towards Olivia. almost as though she saw Olivia in the dark. Nick's behavior has also become more suspicious by the day. If Olivia is correct, then he is heavily involved in this case. But we have no conclusive evidence of that at the moment. The only thing we can say for sure is that Nick's whereabouts are unknown at the time of Becky's murder. He has no alibi for the crime, but that fact alone means nothing. So who was it that called Thomas to report trouble at Becky's place?
Yeah, it was Quint.
That's right. It was Quint, Becky's boyfriend. He went to her house and saw the tragedy. Now, about Becky's murder. I'm embarrassed and mortified. Killer struck again while we were on the case. We found her bitten off tongue.
Maybe stop hiding in lockers every time he shows up.
Of red seeds that poured out with the blood. And an inverted peace symbol, like the one seen at the site of Anna's murder. From the similarities, one can deduce that Anna's killer killed Becky. We also found one other important piece of evidence in Becky's room. Can you remember what that was, Zach? That's right. We found a sketchbook in Becky's room. She had apparently written a letter to her sister Diane. It revealed that Becky took a locket from Anna's body at the crime scene. She also admitted to borrowing a pair of Diane's stiletto heel shoes. So Miss Stiletto Heels was Becky. There was something else at the end of the letter. It said that she handed the locket and stiletto heel shoes to someone. Do you remember who, Zach?
I think that hasn't done this in a while, but all of these questions, again, from the
That's
from
right,
the latter end of the
and from what Isaac and Isaiah told us,
the latter end of the basically
Carol
in the last
offered
half an
to
hour
take
or
the
so.
items to Diane, but the twins refused. They gave them to Diane themselves, as they had promised. For some reason, Carol wanted the locket. She ended up storming into the gallery to take it from Diane. And when Carol took the locket from Diane, Kaysen just happened to be there. Is Kaysen involved in this? Or was he just there by coincidence? I wonder what's so special about the locket, too. Why did Carol want it so badly? The questions are mounting. Come to think of it, Quint, the first witness, has no alibi for Becky's death. We checked the phone records, and his call definitely came from her house. Is it possible he attacked Becky and then called us from the scene?
I mean, look at Quint. Do you think he could throw an axe like
suspicious
that?
one way or another. What should we do next, Zach?
Okay, who's the most suspicious?
I mean, Carol. Actually, maybe Nick?
No, I don't think so, Zach.
Oh, okay.
He's certainly suspicious, but there is someone else at the center of this.
Oh, then it'll be Diane, I guess. Yeah, okay.
That's right. Becky's sister and Carol's enemy, linked to both Nick and Kaysen.
I don't know why she's less
Elegant
suspicious than
owner of the
Carol,
art gallery.
who came in and stole a
Zach,
piece
that's
of
our next
evidence,
move.
but
We'll start with Diane.
I'm not the FBI agent, so, you know, I'm just the voice in his head.
I know you just tidied it up, but I
If
was
it is an
wondering if you could
idea of
help again.
cooking,
Of course
cultivation
I'll
of
reward you
vegetables,
again.
recommended cooking
This time
ingredients,
with our
appetite
silver
and
card.
health,
How is
okay,
this different from the
anything.
last one?
You get a bigger discount than the bronze card. That means even more
I have never
savings.
noticed those
I
two
see.
signs before.
That sounds like a fair deal.